Gordan D'arcy, 82 capped Irish centre, believes that Ireland might be tired or fatigued when facing the Springboks in July, this upcoming autumn test series. Please don't do it, Gordan. Don't do it. Any pundits of the game, please don't do it. Don't give excuses for this upcoming series. I want nothing to take away from what is going to be the best games of rugby, 2 games of rugby anyone is ever going to witness, regardless of who's available to play, who can play, who can't play, who is selected. Number 1 versus number 2, it doesn't get bigger. It doesn't get better. Let's not steer away. Let's not try and put excuses on it. Let's not try and mask what is going to be fantastic, the best spectacle in rugby. The rugby gods are smiling on us with this one. Let's not give any excuses, anyone. Before we get into it, hit that like, subscribe, leave a comment down. What are your opinions on this? Let me know. I'll try to get back to as many of the comments as possible. Let's get into it. So Gordan D'arcy, 82, like I said, 82 capped Irish centre, believes that Ireland might be tired or fatigued when facing the Springboks in July. 2 tests, one in Pretoria, one in Durban. Number 1 versus number 2 in the world. Like, you couldn't have scripted any better. According to D'arcy, the favourite versus the people's favourite. Now, in South Africa, that is the same team. Irish fans might think differently. On non-biased fans might feel differently as well. I'm a bit biased. I am a Springbok supporter, but I like to sit with stuff like this. I'll sit in the middle because you have to see both sides of the story. I do think this is a bit of a backhanded comment, a little bit of a excuse, so to say, but he's also probably just stating facts that Ireland could be tired and fatigued going into this series. So could South Africa. It's just him openly speaking about what he thinks is going to happen, what could unfold in the July test series, in the autumn test series. And I don't mind that. I don't mind when pundits come out and express what they think is going to happen, because that's what you want from them. You want the truth. It does feel like almost like a little bit of an out. But I'm going to one-up him and say Springboks will be tired and fatigued as well. I can say both teams will be tired and fatigued. You think about it, most of these guys have been playing since the World Cup ended last year in 2023. They've just been playing non-stop. A lot more players, or some players have been playing a lot more than others, where others have been rested or play in different competitions that only last a certain time throughout the year, or it's not as strenuous on the body, where some players are playing in Japan, where I think it is only 12 games for the season, or 8 games. So a lot more resting time there. Both teams will have players unavailable, players available, new faces coming in, some players rested maybe. When I say players unavailable, this could be due to injury, or it could be due to club commitments that they do have. Some players are playing in teams that are going further in the URC, for instance, or in the Champions Cup, where they're playing semis, finals, so on like that, and they will then not be eligible to play in these international series or this international window, which is unfortunate. You want the best of the best playing against each other. In saying that, right, any team that is selected, okay, any player that is selected, any 23 that is selected on the day is the best in that country, in that position, on that given day. So if there was a World Cup final that day, that was the 23. That would be the 23 selected. So when it comes to excuses and players being fatigued and tired, I don't think we can use that, because you come up against 1 versus 2, regardless of who's getting picked. If you can't get up for that game as a player, you shouldn't be in that squad, man. These guys, regardless of how many games they've played in between or beforehand for their club or not, they are getting up for this game. This is going to be the biggest games of rugby ever in the longest time. Yes, the World Cup final, massive. South Africa, New Zealand, huge. 1 versus 2, back-to-back world champs versus back-to-back Six Nations champs. Let's go, man. Let's go. And I don't want excuses to kind of distract us from what's going to be massive. So yes, I've jumped on this, what Gordan D'arcy has said, but I'm going to, he's also said, Gordan D'arcy has also praised the Springboks in this. It was a URC roundtable podcast he did, and I'm reading off Rugby Pass's article they've done on him. Gordan D'arcy also praised the Springboks in how they didn't lose, or how they didn't let the loss in the group stages to Ireland derail them from going on to win the World Cup again, and just shows the resilience of the Springboks. And then later hinting that Ireland will be fatigued going into the July Test Series. But also saying there will be new bodies coming in, new faces coming in, old faces coming in, and adding to that squad. Same with the Springboks, like I've explained just before. I think the only advantage Springboks will have for this Test Series will be that it's at home. Okay, there's no traveling. We know what traveling can do to a squad. But in saying that, it could also potentially strengthen a squad. You're bonding, making new relationships, really that bonding that you get together as a team. You can't get that when you're still at home. And then you got Irish, you're telling me Irish fans aren't flying over for a cheap holiday in South Africa to watch this? Man, I'll be surprised. I won't be surprised if it's half and half. Half South African fans at the game and half Irish fans. Irish fans love it. They will also not want to be looking for excuses, might I add. So regardless of what is said up until the first test, this is going to be massive. Probably the biggest games ever. 1 versus 2, like I said. I am obviously tipping the Bokke because I am a bit biased, but I know what threat Ireland can bring into this game, into the series, and it's going to be massive, man. I can't wait for it. Let me know what you guys think. I know you Irish fans, you don't want to hear excuses. I don't want to hear excuses from either camp, regardless of injuries, who can play, who's available, who not. Are you tired, fatigued? I don't want to hear it. The teams that get picked are the best teams at that time. And let's bang, baby. Let's go. Let's bang probably sounds weird, but let's go, man. 1 versus 2. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. And I'll see you next time. Bye.